Hey everybody, welcome to TìandTarot, or welcome back to TìandTarot if you've been here before. So the day of filming, which is today, which is the 19th of October, is actually the anniversary day of roughly when I started my YouTube channel 2 years ago, I think. So I thought I'd do a second version of round 2 of Your Next Soulmate, which was one of the first videos that I ever posted. So we're going to ask all the same questions plus a few extra ones today, so it's going to be quite an in-depth long reading. Today's reading is a pick-a-pile reading, and if you don't know how those work, I'll explain it to you now. So you essentially pick the pile that you feel most intuitively drawn to, based on the energy of the pile, the crystal or object on top, or the number of the pile. You can also pick in some more alternative ways by choosing based on the numbers in the timestamps below or the zodiac signs in the timestamps below. But if you like to choose with crystals, I'll get into those with you now. So for pile 1, we have some amethyst. Okay. For pile 2, we have some apricot agate. For pile 3, we have some labradorite, which is like quite goldy green, this particular piece. And for pile 4, we have some grey fluorite as a palm stone. Once you have picked your pile, there will be a timestamp in the description box below for you to find your reading more easily, and I will meet you there. Bye. Okay, hello pile 1, welcome to your reading. So you chose the amethyst, and these are some of your first tarot cards. So we have the Magician, we have the Ace of Swords, we have the Page of Swords in reverse. Oh, and we also have the Death card in reverse. Interesting. Okay. So straight away, something that I feel like I'm getting about this person is that they are an initiator, a go-getter. You know, they're not passive with this Death card in reverse here. And with the Ace of Swords, with the Magician, this isn't someone who sits on their thoughts or ideas or desires. They definitely act on them. So I can see that your soulmate being that person who acts, who goes after things that they want. I can see that they very likely are the one to make a move on you. They approach you first and they pursue you. This is definitely, you know, if they go after what they want, if they're attracted to you, if they see you and they like you, they're definitely coming up to you. So a very persistent kind of person as well. I don't think they would be too kind of put out by seeing, like, if they felt like pursuing you was going to take a long time, they're not going to feel put out by that or think, oh god, like, never mind, because the point is they want you and they don't care how long that takes. So they don't really care about how much time they potentially could lose investing in you on the off chance that you don't like them, because to them it's worth it because they tried and put themselves forward for somebody that they want. Also, this is definitely a spiritual person. I would definitely say that they are alternative in some kind of way. Like, when I say spiritual, I mean like not quite a believer but not quite a non-believer either, like kind of like a hopeful skeptic, like an optimistic skeptic, almost. And I think they dress in very alternative ways. I think it will be quite obvious to you who this person is, because I think like maybe it's the type of town you're in or the place you're in. Not many people dress the way they dress. They definitely stand out. They feel like they have a bit of a saviour complex. That's something coming through as well. Like, they might like the like sort of puppy with a broken paw like energy that people emit, or they like the damsel in distress. Like, they like being the person who swoops in and saves things. I also think there's definitely a bright future for them because they are quite charming. They have the gift of the gab, you know, they can persuade people. Their words are very enticing. I think they have a lot of power and influence over people. This ability to manipulate their perception on something because they are such a smooth talker. So that ends up meaning that they get what they want. You know, if they want the job, they're really great at the interview. You know, how they then execute things from then on, you know, is up to them. But in that moment, they're very impressive. You know, when they're pursuing you, they're very impressive. When they want to learn something, like a skill, like learning a new language or something, straight away they just adapt to it very quickly. So they're very impressive. They're very ambitious. They feel like they could be an Aries or a Sagittarius. That's something that's coming in as well. But we'll figure that out later. But that's something coming in. I also think they definitely have short hair, and it's definitely dark. Short, dark hair. Whether it's, you know, a man or woman, whoever, it's short, dark hair. And quite moody eyes, I would say. Like, I feel like they're, like, dark, deep set, more so, like, hooded, more so small, rather than, like small and, almondy, or, like, thin, rather than rounded and, like, large. It's more like siren-y eyes, but with a touch of sadness with the doe eyes in there. It's almost like a mix of the two. And I feel like they have quite niche-y interests, quite niche-y hobbies. They like very, very specific things. Okay, let's get some more cards on here. We'll find out a little bit more about them. Okay, so we have, I am filled with warmth, light, and the vitality of the sun. We have the numbers 4 and 8, and we have the star signs, Leo and Capricorn. The keywords protection, creativity, courage, balance, sacral and solar plexus chakras with the sacral and third eye. And then we also have golden tiger's eye. I think I forgot to say what the crystal was. It's golden tiger's eye. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so whenever I see the kind of golden tiger's eye, strong protection energy always is coming in there. And I think it's also reminding me of pile 3, I think, because it's very golden looking. So if you were drawn there, maybe check that one out after this. But what I'm seeing is that they do have that protector spirit. Like I said, they're really drawn to people with the, like, puppy with a broken paw syndrome or the damsel in distress. They like being the hero. It's reminding me of, like, that character from The White Lotus in season 2. I don't remember his name. Oh wait, no, I remember. It's Albie or something. Like that kind of energy. Like a little, not like a, well, yeah, like a simp. But also the, like, hero complex thing, the savior complex thing is coming through. So they like coming to the rescue. They like defending people, standing up for people. They're very brave, very courageous. This is a strong part of their personality. They're very powerful. And they are good at, as I said, using their words to change the outcome of a situation. So if they were trying to de-escalate a situation, they could do it, you know, to protect someone from somebody who's being quite overbearing or aggressive or, you know, whatever. They have this really good talent to do that. This is quite a sensual person, and they're very intelligent, and as I said, also very connected spiritually, but they're like, you know, they take it with a pinch of salt. I think where we're seeing that filled with the warmth and the light and the vitality of the sun, that's that courageous energy, that let me rescue things spirit, you know, that's that kind of energy coming in. I'm just gonna get another tarot deck out. They definitely have, like, a martyr energy and a kind of, like, woe is me, I'm rescuing everybody kind of energy. I can't explain it, but there's a song that just popped into my head. It's really old. Well, it's not really old, I'm being dramatic, but it's a song I used to listen to when I was, like, you know, under 2 digits, so probably like 7, maybe 8, 9, don't even know. And the lyrics are, all I ever wanted was to see you smile. All I ever wanted was to make you mine. I know that I love you. Baby, why don't you see? All I ever wanted was you and me. I'm so alone here on my own, and I'm waiting for you to call. And that popped into my head with this reading. And I like to take the songs that come in, I like to take that as that's a message for you. So those are the words. Okay. You have the Ace of Thunder. Ooh, okay, so you're getting lots of initiator energy. Lots of like, this is a very smart person, but they like to start things. They are an initiator. They like to go after what they want, and it usually leads to a lot of chaos, but ultimately success. They have a lot of luck and protection on their side. I think they like having a story that is like something out of a movie or out of a book, but for their real life. Like, they like their life to look like something epic. They want an epic story. They want an epic ending, an epic journey. We have the Three of Cups. Yeah, definitely very sociable person. We're seeing lots of rainbows. Definitely lots of success and happiness. A lot of life fulfillment. I see like them eventually having a family, because the rainbows always remind me of the Ten of Cups. So I am seeing them have a family. So potentially maybe there might be children on the horizon for the both of you as well. Like, I'm seeing like 2 kids and you 2. That's what I'm seeing. In terms of what they get up to in their free time and stuff, they're definitely very sociable. So they like to party, they like to go out, they like to be at bars, they like to have a drink, they like to, you know, not come home until 4 a.m. Like, they like the wildness of life and the sort of, oh, where is the night gonna take us kind of energy. I think what you like most about them is, one, how open they are about how into you they are. Like, they're very clearly all about you. They're very clearly like, that's the one for me, pursue, pursue, pursue. And then when they get you, they're like, this is my one. Like, they're like bragging. They're so happy to like be with you. And I think you like this. It's quite flattering to you. And then I also think you like that their adventurous spirit to create, you really like that, because it always means that you're on your toes. Like, life is never boring, it's never settled, it's always something. There's always something going on, something fun, some sort of new change, some sort of new party you're going to. There's always energy. And I think you feel safe with this person. Like, you know that they're courageous enough to stand up against even the most undefeatable forces. And you really admire that about them. So I think that's what you like most about them. So we have the Seed of Cups. So with what they like most about you. Oh, and we also had the Root of Cups as well. Okay. They love how loving you are. They love that you are like, they find you very cute. Like, very sweet and endearing and wholesome. So that's what they like about you. They also like that wholesome side, that they can get to see a different side of you, particularly in the bedroom. Okay, so I think like they like that they get to see a side of you no one else gets to see. They get to have you in a way that no one else gets to have you. It makes them feel closer to you and like more connected. But they do also find you very sweet, very endearing, and they do see you as like the future parent of their children. Like, they're like, yeah, they'd be a good parent to my kids, you know, like that. They see you as someone who they could see themselves living the rest of their lives with. It's kind of like when they see you, everything else goes silent and they narrow in on you. That's what I'm seeing. So they like that you're very loving, very sweet, very wholesome, kind, caring, but you also have like the naughty side that they like to see, and they like that they get to have that and no one else does. But it's definitely your emotions, the way you express yourself, the way you are with them, your empathy, like your feelings. That's what they like. Okay, so I said, what's your connection? We got the Lovers in reverse, and hot take, I love the Lovers in reverse, okay? Because most people think if you get the Lovers upright, that's very romantical, and it is. But sometimes the Lovers upright has a connotation, depending on the way it's been illustrated, of like tough times, compromise, like cheating sometimes, that kind of thing. So when it's in reverse, for me, that's assurance that that's not the case. So with the Lovers in reverse, I see more longevity. I see it as like a stronger connection. So the connection between you two is definitely this strong, long-term commitment, full of deep and romantic love and soul love. Like, this is a soul tie. And it's cute because it's kind of like your lives go by in the blink of an eye very fast, because it's so enjoyable. Like, the whole journey is so fun and so lovely, and like such a smooth process that it's almost like over too fast. If anything, it almost feels like you didn't get to have enough time together because it is so good. And that also that card in particular also ties back into what I was saying about how you're never settled with them. It's always something, in a fun way. Because with butterflies, I always see them as these jittering, moving, like never really settling for too long kind of bugs that are always on the go, always on the move. But I can see the connection between you two is also about enjoyment. How can you enjoy life and enjoy every single moment of it and appreciate everything that you get that comes your way, and basically smell the roses? Like, even if you're sitting down to work out, like, okay, how many bills do we have to pay this month? Let's start, doing the boring finance and stuff. You're still enjoying it. You find ways to have fun with each other, even if that's like just having like a cup of tea or a coffee or a chai latte and giggling and chit-chatting while you're doing it. You find ways to make it fun and make it special. So yeah, I just see such a lovely connection. It's such a warm energy that I'm seeing here. Well, yeah, I mean, it came out with your crystal card, but definitely a lovely warm energy. But this is someone who has fantastic ideas, and I do think that's something that's going to keep you guys going for the long term, especially with regards to like your finances and like where you end up in your lifestyle and your home and things, because I think they have really great ideas which takes them quite far in their career. So I also think there will be a lot of support in that sense as well. So I feel like in terms of where they live, I'm getting a warmer climate, a nicer climate than the UK. So I definitely say they're not in the UK. Because I'm seeing like these waterfalls. Okay, I know we have some nice, scenic views out in like the countryside or in like places like Scotland and Ireland and Wales. But this more so to me is like Amazon rainforest, it's like with the waterfalls, the cliff, the rainbow in the back, and then we've got the rainbow with the lightning bolt. These kind of like harsh and very different types of like weather. To me, it's almost giving somewhere like Ecuador or like Cuba, like somewhere very warm, somewhere very like where the weather is a little bit crazy, like somewhere like that. But we can find out more later, because I'm going to pull the same tabs as I did in the video I'm honouring today. So we'll get more on that later. Anyway. Oh my gosh. I just pulled you like an animal card, which is also like a rune card. And you have a butterfly, which also came out in your Lovers card. And there's 2 Lovers cards in that deck. So for you to get that one, the butterflies are coming through strong here and meaning something. It's interesting because... Oh, I see. Oh my gosh, I see. Okay, I was going to say it's interesting because you got the Death card. And the Death card usually is about transformation. Like, you've ended something and you're moving on to a new cycle. It's about change. And I was like, okay, why are you getting butterflies then? Because butterflies are about transformation, are about change, and you've got Death in reverse. I think what's coming through is do not change. Don't change a single thing about you. They like you just as you are. If you're thinking, oh, maybe I should do this or do that, stop. Stop immediately. And don't be insecure with them, because they literally, they do not have patience for it. It's reminding me of Finn from My Mad Fat Diary. Was that his name? Finn? I think it was. Where she said something to him, and I don't know if you guys have seen this. It's basically a girl who is quite like, struggling mentally, especially with regards to her weight, because she's plus size and gets bullied for that a lot, and she starts dating this guy who she thinks is so hot and, you know, couldn't possibly be interested in her because she likes him and he's cool and they have so much in common, that kind of thing. And she starts getting insecure, and she sort of says to him there's no way he could be attracted to her, kind of thing. He blows up immediately, starts screaming, saying, how dare you tell me who I can't be attracted to, I like you, blah blah blah, you don't get to tell me who I like, do you understand, blah blah blah. Massive blow up. This is the thing, they do not have patience for you being insecure about whether or not they like you, because they're like, I've made it so obvious, like, don't piss me off, like, literally don't try to tell them about themselves or tell them what they think or feel, or tell them that they're lying to you, or like, you know, just dating you because, or as a placeholder, because they are very passionately defensive of their love for you, and they want to protect you, even if that's from yourself, and from your own harsh words. So I think as well, they won't have patience for any insecurities when it comes to that. Okay. I also was pulling that card to sort of ask, like, when are they kind of coming in for you? And I think with butterflies, their lifespan's very quick, isn't it? I think. I don't know if I'm right there, but I think so. And so for me, that's kind of giving they're coming in very soon. They are coming in quickly for you. We have every cell in my body is alive and beautiful. Yeah, oh, I'm seeing so much with the never change, the caterpillar to the butterfly, recognizing your beauty and honoring your body and saying thank you for, you know, your body kind of holding you up and doing what it does and functioning. That's what's beautiful about your body, is that it functions, and helps you and supports you. You know, it doesn't need to look a certain way. Just be grateful it's there supporting you, pumping blood around your body, you know. So I'm seeing that when they meet you and how they meet you and where you'll kind of be in your life is a period of acceptance of yourself. When you're feeling really good about yourself, about your body, about the way you look, that's when they come in, because it's the right time. It's all about the timing with you two, and I think it's the perfect time when you are accepting and loving of yourself. And that might feel like a really frustrating thing to hear, because you might feel like you'll never accept yourself for who you are. But if that's the case, there are definitely, that's, you know, hard to feel. So feel those feelings and let them pass through you and address them and journal about how you're feeling, why those feelings are coming up. But at the same time, there are support groups and places you can go to, like, boost your confidence. It could be simple things like, I don't know if you're insecure about, like, something specific, like, let's say you're insecure about your lack of ability to roller skate, you know, let's just say that. You could start practicing at home, you could watch tutorials on YouTube, and then you could go out and start practicing in, like, skate parks, and then you can take it into one of those, like, cute little disco roller skatey places, you know. So it's like building it up slowly, gradually getting there. There's always a way to start appreciating yourself more, even if you can't see it yet. And if you can't see it yet, there will be advice out there on how to do that, so long as you're willing to investigate those options. We have release and let go. Yes, you need to let go of this idea of yourself that's holding you back, that maybe you're unlovable, or that this body you're in, or the person you are currently, isn't worthy of love or couldn't get it, because that's not true. And actually, you're holding yourself back and stopping yourself from meeting this person by having that mentality as well. Ooh, I said what tarot card represents them, and I've said this because if you go on to watch, you know, other readings throughout the year, or, you know, as time goes on, and you want confirmation that a reading is about them, look out for these cards, okay? So the cards that have come out are the Star card, the Moon card, and the Sun card. So those are the cards that, when they come up in readings, it may be talking about this person. Also, this goes to show that they're going to be with you at every stage of your life. Once you meet, you're in it for the long haul. This is definitely your forever person. And they bring so much joy and happiness into your life. It almost feels like a dream come true with them, where you've got like a perfect person. They're brave, they're courageous, they support you, they help you reach your dreams as they go after theirs as well. And they bring a lot of mystery to the relationship, a lot of unexpected times, and like, as I said, you're never settled fully. Like, there's always something new. Okay. I said, what will your lives look like together? And you've got the Harvest of Stones. Again, another rainbow. There aren't rainbows in like all of these cards, so you're just getting these basically as confirmation that what you have is special. What your lives look like is like you are the luckiest people in the world. Your lives are sweet, even when it's raining, even if, you know, things aren't great, you guys are still happy because you're with each other. And I also see a little baby down there as well. So I also see that in your future. I mean, if you don't want children, don't claim that, alright? Don't claim it. But that is what's coming in. And before we move on to other things, I want to ask if Spirit has anything else, or the tarot cards have anything else that they would like to add about this person, this connection. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay, interesting. So a change of luck. There's something about luck, something about cycles. As I said, this person's going to be with you through every stage of life, through every cycle. But there's also something about when you're with this person, it feels like your luck has reversed. Like you're suddenly a very fortunate person. And there's also a sense of you're never going to be stagnant. It's always going to be moving. There'll be something new. There'll be something exciting to experience with them. But on top of that, I'm also seeing to maybe be cautious about groundedness. Because, of course, it's lovely to have these new exciting experiences, but sometimes you do just want a bit of peace, a bit of calm and quiet and stillness. And so it's absolutely okay for you to voice your needs and let them know this as well. So that came in from Spirit or from the tarot cards, whichever way you see it, whether you're spiritual or not so spiritual, but you just wanted to hear something from the cards, then that is what we're getting. So I don't really need these other dice, but I'm going to roll them all anyway. But I'm asking for the zodiac sign. Okay. Ooh, Aries. What did I say? I said in the beginning. I'm too good at this. Bro. I said in the beginning that they're either an Aries or a Sag, and we've got Aries, and we also have the 4th house, but I see the 4th house as the 4th month, so April, which is Aries. You know, March to April roughly is Aries. So very strong confirmation here that this is an Aries person, which is probably why we were getting so many Aces of Swords. You know, the initiator, the leader, the forward thinker, the free thinker, and the you know, assertive, kind of aggressive, dominant type as well, with the sword as well. But also we were getting like intellectual thinker in there as well. Just a very well-rounded person. So let's move these off to the side, so you can still see them, but we can move on to the next bit of the reading. Okay. The thing is, guys, I don't always use these cards in these tabs in readings. And so I leave them for a really long time. And one time there was a spider on one of the cups, and I dropped the cup, and it was really scary. I'm approaching the cups with caution. Okay. So we want to ask now. We want some more facts about them. I think this is like where you guys could meet, or like places they could be from. So, of course, you guys don't all have the same soulmate. So take it as it resonates. Not all of these tabs are going to be for you. Which is also why we'll have contradicting things in here. Because as I said, they're not all for you. They'll also be for somebody else. Oh, so we have Central African Republic. So again, these could be places they're from, or places you could meet, or places that are significant to you guys. Maybe you travel there a lot, that kind of thing. You don't know them. This is a new person. We have St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Ooh, a friend of a friend. So that's how you'll meet. It's through a friend. Maybe not a direct friend, but as it's sort of implying a friend of a friend of a friend. Yes, we have friends again. It's really strongly coming through that you don't know them directly, but they are already within your vicinity. However, it could also be saying that you guys are friends first. We have St. Lucia. We have work, so maybe you meet them through work, or maybe you do similar work, or maybe their work is significant to your connection. We have Colombia. Oh my gosh, if I can pick up the tabs, that would be great. Thanks. We have the initial K. Guys, is it me? Aries and K. We have gym, so maybe going to the gym is significant. Maybe it's something they like to do as a hobby. Okay, we have September, so that could be when you guys meet. We have the letter or the initial N. We have Senegal, Solomon Islands as well. Okay, so take a screenshot of that if you want to keep it, because I'm going to move them and then put the next tabs on here. Okay. Next cup. What is this one? This is jobs, I think. This one. So let's see. What job does Pile 1 soulmate do? Or will they be doing when they meet? Sorry guys, if I keep cutting the videos because I can't stop singing. Literally. And I sing atrociously, so trust me, I'm saving you from myself, okay? From harming your eardrums. But I can't stop. And I feel like it's your fault, because I always start singing during tarot readings, because I think that's how much is coming from me. So, Down with the Sickness was also coming in as a song for you. Okay, so we have Business Administrator. But to be fair, that song could be coming in because I've been listening to it. But okay, we have Gardener / Designer. Love that. We have Police Officer. Guys, I'm not manifesting that for you. Don't worry. We'll take it off. Alright? Don't you worry. We'll take it off of the board. Who even put that in there? Right. It was me. We have Makeup Artist. We have Psychologist. We have Speech and Language Therapist. Cute. We have Pet Walker or Sitter. Love that. And also, you might find as well that they might have more than one job. Conservation Officer. Travel Consultant. And our last job here is Customer Service. So those are the jobs that are coming out. Feel free to screenshot that if you'd like. And we'll move on to the next tabs. Okay, next tabs. So these ones, are these like, I think it's like personality type, and it's either like face or body, I'm not sure. We'll see as they come out. But essentially, what do they look like, what they like, kind of thing. Oh no, these are body types, yes. I just saw a glimpse of the other cup and I saw eyes, so I was like, okay, this is the body one. This is what they look like physically, as well as some personality types. Okay. So, let's see. What's this one? We have False Nails. We have Perfect Despite the Odds. That means they put in 0 effort, but they look amazing. Okay, we have Long Hair. We have Firm Skin. We have Voluptuous. we have perfect, and then we also have in brackets all body types are, but we're definitely getting strongly that this person's perfect, which could be where those insecurities were coming from in the beginning, because you're just like, how are you here and are you with me, kind of thing. Okay, we have smells like the ocean. So they might be very outdoorsy, they might like outdoorsy hobbies. Either way, they just smell really good. We have moisturized. Okay. Ain't no dry hose up in here. Alright, we got cellulite. You know, they're very natural. They embrace who they are who they are. Ink stained hands, they're an artist. Slim thick. That must be where the voluptuous is coming in, you know. Smells like vanilla. Yeah, you definitely like the way that they smell. Okay, feel free to screenshot that and then we'll move on. Okay, and then our last tabs are here. And these are all about the face. So what is Pile 1's next soulmate's facial appearance? What do they look like? Okay. Okay. So, firstly, we have prominent brow ridge. Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying in the beginning with like the kind of sunken, more hooded eyes. We have lime green eyes. We have a flared nose. We also have a long nose. We also have cracked lips. We've also got bulging eyes. We've also got crooked teeth. That's so cute. We've also got white teeth. Oh, let me spin it. Then we've got heavy lidded eyes. Then we've also got high cheekbones. And lastly, a pointed nose. Lots of emphasis on like the nose, the structure. This is a sharp, like captivating person. Someone with a lot of angles, like model-esque features. So that is what I'm seeing for you for those tabs then. So feel free to screenshot those and we'll move on. There are two things that I want to do for you before we end your reading. So one of those things is for you to be able to ask any 3 yes or no questions that you would like to ask about this person. I'm going to use tarot cards and tell you whether that's a yes or no or maybe, you know, rather than using my prediction cards, because I cannot be asked to go and grab them wherever they are. So we're going to just use tarot. So go ahead and ask your first question. I think this is all 3 of your questions here. Yeah. Okay, ask your first question now and I'll reveal it to you now. Temperance. Okay, this is a yes, but balance is needed and caution is needed as well. But that is a yes. Okay. Second question, go ahead and ask now and I'll reveal the answer to you now. So that's a no. Go ahead and ask your third question now. The Hanged One, that's a maybe. That's, it depends. It depends on some factors there. That looks like a pigeon sitting with a crow. Almost like two unlikely thoughts becoming friends or connecting in some kind of way. 2 very different people. I don't know if that helps with your question, but that's just something I observed. As well here with the no. Someone's coming out of their shell and someone isn't. Someone's not even in the shell, they're not home. Okay, so let's now also roll this dice. I'm going to roll it off screen because I'm not knocking everything over here. And then it will basically be a little bit of words of advice for you, as well as, I suppose, a nice number to keep an eye out for, so an angel number for you. So you have the number 99. I have to look it up in my book because I do not know angel numbers off by heart. So let's have a look in my little grimoire. Okay, here. The number 99. Cut down on healthy foods and limit your alcohol. Cut down on healthy foods? I feel like that must mean cut down on unhealthy foods. Okay, apparently stop being healthy but also limit your alcohol. That is your advice, pile 1. I hope you enjoyed this reading as much as I enjoyed doing it for you. So if you did, give it a like, subscribe, and comment what you found most enjoyable about this reading. You know, was it the angel number dice, the astro dice, the tabs, the cards, the type of questions? Let me know in the comments below. And if you were drawn to any other piles, feel free to check those out now. As I said, you could check out pile 3 because I felt that this looked quite similar. And if not, I hope to see you here next week on Tuesdays and Thursdays for another reading on TìandTarot. Bye guys. Thanks for watching. See ya. Okay. Oh, pause. Left pile 1's crystal there. Right. Hello pile 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Apricot agate, and these are your cards about your soulmate. So let's take a look at them. We have the Queen of Wands. Oh, with the black cat. That's so cute. We have the 7 of Cups. We have the 4 of Wands in reverse. We have the 5 of Wands in reverse. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. Let's move that. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Interesting. Definitely a lucky person. We are getting that. A very lucky person who is very independent. They do their own thing. They don't, take heed of what others tell them to do. If someone says, oh, the way to be successful is to, get a job, climb the ladder, marry someone, have kids, that's that. Get a mortgage. They're like, okay, but that's not my idea of happiness. Like, they're not just going to listen to what, the tradition is or what they should do. They're going to listen to their inner compass. What tells them what to do? What do they want to do? They follow that. They're a very mysterious, elusive person. They're hard to pin down. They're hard to get hold of. They're hard to know, to get through to. They have a barrier between them and others. Not in a traumatized kind of oh, I'm afraid to let people in kind of way, but in a way where they are just somebody who is so focused on enjoying life and flitting to and from and doing their own thing that they don't slow down long enough to realise someone's trying to get in to then open the door for them. They struggle with the recognition of someone's volleying for intimacy. I think they enjoy the finer things in life and they know how to get them. As I said, they're a very lucky person. And I think they get to express themselves however they want because it almost feels like they have the energy of someone who is very financially lucky. I wouldn't say anything crazy. I wouldn't say they're crazy rich or anything, but they're definitely comfortable and they definitely have enough money to not be worried about things day to day, which gives them the freedom to care about and act on the way that they want to express themselves with their clothes, visually. They have a lot of time to themselves to do their own thing and be their own person. I also think they are quite a glamorous, classy, suave dresser. I think they're always in something elegant, but with a slight flair, something slightly different about it, something slightly unique that kind of catches the eye. I also think they're well read. They like reading. I also think even if they do have a lot of money and they can dress how they want and do what they want with their time, they don't take that too far, like they're not reckless with it. Additionally, I think they don't enjoy disagreements, they don't like conflict, and so they might have a tendency to sort of agree to kind of end things there and not, you know, create any kind of chaos or not rock the boat. But of course that means that they're lacking that like honesty that's needed to move forward and recognize each other and know where each person stands and your boundaries and things. So they might have a tendency to kind of like sweep things under the rug because it's hard to address things for them, like they find that difficult. Okay, so let's get some more cards on here. I want to know more about who they are, like what they get up to, what type of person they are, that kind of thing. Ooh, okay, we have Chrysocolla. I welcome the different phases of my life with the number 5. We also have Auric Cleanser, Support, Soothes and Calms, the Heart and Throat Chakra with the zodiac signs Gemini, Taurus and Virgo. Okay, so that could be their zodiac signs. One of those could potentially be them because of course not all of you will have the same soulmate. You can't all have the same one. So one of those zodiac signs will be relevant to your person. They're a very caring person. They care about the people around them and they know the right things to say to make you feel better if you're feeling low or if, you know, you need some support or some advice or words of wisdom. They definitely know how to support you and how to say the right thing. And they are just a kind, caring person. Like if you had had a really rough day and you came home, don't expect to come home to like, you know, them not being there or not really like caring or taking too much interest. You're gonna come home to something different. Like the bath's gonna be run, dinner's gonna be ready, like, and it's gonna be your favorite meal. Like a very caring, considerate person who recognizes when you need some comfort and some support, when you need space, when, you know, you need a massage after work or something. Like they're very there for you. In terms of like what they kind of get up to, what they do, I do think that they like spending time with others. I think they like socializing. They like to try and put themselves in other people's shoes. So they might be a bit of like into a bit of like voyeurism a little bit. Like they might go to like a coffee shop and watch, I don't know, someone else writing their book or, you know, watch the server making the coffee or something and think, I wonder what that's like, I want to try that. And like they want to apply themselves to things they haven't tried before. So writing that book, making that coffee, they might go and get like a coffee machine on a whim because they just want to learn how to do that. I think that's something they're into. Equally, I think this is quite a musical person, like quite a talented person musically. Maybe they like the guitar or the piano and they like their alone time because it helps with that kind of coming up with those ideas, being lyrical, coming up with what to write, what to say. They like being alone. They like, you know, having that kind of introspection time. So just as much as they like being out, they like being in as well. I'm also getting like a little bit of like a bi energy from this person as well. What do you like most about this person? Oh, we have the Emperor in reverse. I think that you like that they, I don't think submissive is the right word, but they are submissive. Like they aren't very pushy or in your face or very like, you know, oh, this is the best place to eat, we'll eat here. You know, they're more considerate than that. They're more like, where do you want to eat? What do you want to do? Like, how are you feeling? Like, they hear you out, they listen to you, they take into consideration your wants and your needs. And they worship you. I think you like that. I think as well, it's not like submission though. I'm trying to look for the right word. I think it is just like that more considerate kind of person who is quiet first, listens first, then takes action, then says what they need to say. But first they're very observant. They watch you and they pay attention to you and they make sure that you're doing okay. And you like that you have somebody there looking out for you who's doing that, you know. What they like most about you, they like that you're different. You have the Death and the Hanged One up there with the pigeon and the crow, two different types of birds getting along. They like that you're different. You're not like everybody else. There's something about you. Like, here there's a crab in the shell and here it's missing. Like, where is it? Like, and every shell as well, they're different. Every single shell is completely different. And crabs do this thing, I think it's crabs, but where they basically like swap shells, and they'll line up in order of like who's got the biggest shell and who's got the biggest body and whatnot, so that they can form a orderly queue and line and like swap and trade homes until they find the perfect fit for them. So I feel like not only are you different and unique, which they really like about you, they like your free spirit and your weirdness and the fact that you stand out and you don't really match the people that they're used to kind of seeing in their community. But also, you're like a free spirit. You're hard to get hold of too, equally, just like they are. And it matches them. I think you're their perfect fit. Like, with the shell there, with the missing crab, it reminds me of, like, in Little Mermaid, where I think it's King Triton was like, where's Ariel? Because she wasn't at, like, this ceremony. And she's so hard to get hold of and pin down and know where she is. And she was out, like, looking for human trinkets and gadgets and things. You have, like, a free spirit energy that they love because it speaks to their own free spirit energy. It feels like when they see you, you're almost their perfect muse to their songs, you know? You're their black cat to their black cat. Okay, so. Ooh. What's your connection together? We've got the devil in reverse. This is not a toxic connection. This isn't a connection where it's like you're tied to each other through trauma or through like winding each other up constantly and like, you know, not being the right fit for each other, but just kind of being the next fix for each other. This is a more secure connection than that. However, there is a tie. There is some sort of similarity that keeps you two connected. There's some sort of cord, some sort of invisible cord that does pull you to each other. So that can mean a few things. It can mean that it's a fated connection. So this is a part of your destiny or coding or a part of your fate to kind of always find this person and meet them. It could also mean that for some reason, because of how similar you both are, there seems to be a silent understanding of each other that is always there and always makes this connection stronger. So it's like, because you know yourself so well, that means you know them so well, because you are almost identical versions of each other. And so if you're in a room full of crowded people and you're not liking the vibe, the other person knows, you know. Or if someone says something a bit crazy, you'll look at them and you'll share a look, and it's like, you know. And it's like this really strong connection between the two of you. So the connection is your similarity. It's also your stableness. Even if you're two very hard to get a hold of, elusive people, the stability between you both is your similarity. Your understanding of each other. You see each other and you recognize each other, you know? You know what the other person's thinking, what they're feeling, and that keeps you connected. I think this person, in terms of their looks, I think they're very natural. So whatever their hair colour is, naturally, that's what they keep it as. I feel like they could be something quite rare, more like a ginger or a blonde. However, there's definitely room for other types of hair colours in there, but that's something I'm getting. They're definitely a free spirit, so I'm getting like long hair. I'm also seeing they are who they naturally are. Like, they don't necessarily hit up the gym or like do anything to try to tailor their body into a specific way. They embrace what they look like naturally. So like, if they're naturally kind of like curvy, they'll stay that way. If they're naturally muscly, they'll stay that way. If they're naturally skinny, they'll stay that way. They don't have like a desire to change themselves into somebody they're not. They're very pro-naturalness, pro being hairy as well. So that's something I'm getting as well. Okay, let's get some more cards. Oh my goodness. Okay, you've got a few of these then. Okay, so you have a little squirrel with a little golden acorn. We have a bumblebee. We have a stag. And we have a crow. Interesting. With an all-seeing eye, a gem, and a note as well. Okay, I'm getting more like either UK or American based. That's the vibe I'm getting. I'm feeling more so UK. So I think this person's from the UK, probably England. That's the vibe I'm getting. I also think this person has quite like a spiritual connection to you, like a unseen tie to you. And it's for a reason. You're supposed to be in each other's lives for a reason. I also think that this person values you a lot. You definitely speak to their heart and their soul. I also think this person has a tendency to overdo things, overwork themselves, do too much, put themselves through too much. Maybe it's because they don't feel like they're good enough if they're not being productive, but that's something that's coming in. I am more so getting a Ginge vibe. I do think they're Ginge, right? I feel like this person, you'll likely meet them in like a colder season, more like autumn or winter. I feel like you'll meet them when it's like cold weather, snowy, rainy weather, you know. I think you'll meet them outside, unexpectedly. Like, I feel like you'll be doing like, I don't know, your routinely weekly shop or something, or you're going out doing some Christmas shopping or something, and you run into them in a market or something. I feel like that's how you meet. Nothing might come of that. It might just be that they've seen you, and there was connection there. But then you might find your way back to each other at another time when the time is right, or maybe they reach out to you. So I'm not sure if anything comes of it in that moment, but definitely that's the first time I think you're going to see this person. I think also you'll meet when I think you're doing very well in life. Like, I think you're stable, steady, when, you know, you've got your, sorry, light went out, when you've got your kind of like steady kind of job, when you feel secure, when you've got like your own kind of thing going on, and your own successes. I think that's when they come in for you. Oh, we also have do a small act of kindness. You will increase positive feelings towards yourself whilst making their life a little better. Maybe this is essentially saying, if you keep doing kind things for people or going out of your way to interact with others socially who you wouldn't ordinarily interact with, like maybe it's saying hello to strangers more, or like engaging with them in some kind of way, this opens up the door for communication where maybe this person can, you know, approach you in some kind of way, or feels like they can. Like, if they were to see you in a market being very like chatty and cheery and open to people, they know, okay, you're approachable, then I can come up to you. It's not like you've, you know, got your head down, earphones in, you don't want to be chatted to, like you're more open to it. So that's something coming in as well. What tarot card represents pile 2's soulmate? Oh, we have the 3 of stones here. Interesting. It's funny that we've got the 3 of stones. So basically what this is if you have tarot readings where you get the 3 of coins in tarot readings, it is a possibility that that tarot reading has a message in there for you about your soulmate. So if you move forward from this reading and watch other ones in the future, that's the card to look out for. And I think what it's saying is they have a tendency to work themselves quite hard and push themselves for the things that they want, including you. I think while they may have it quite easy in life, you may be an exception to that because you're just as elusive as them. So it's just as difficult to kind of get straight answers or get results with you. Okay. And what will their lives look like together? That's so cute. I'm pretty sure we had very similar card results for pile 1. If you were drawn there, feel free to check it out. But in terms of what life will look like for you two, we have the Seed of Cups and the 3 of Cups. So I definitely see a lot of like wholesome, sweet connection, a lot of love, a lot of caringness, like really cutesy moments. But I'm also seeing so much joy and happiness and fun with the 3 of Cups there. Lots of love, lots of joy and life fulfillment. We're seeing as well like a little rainbow up there. What's that? Is that an eagle? I think we're seeing an eagle as well. But yeah, we're seeing a rainbow. And rainbows, they always remind me of the 10 of Cups, which is, you know, that happiness, success, the journey, the joy. So I'm seeing definitely family on the horizon for you both, like you two being endgame. And yeah, just being really sweet with each other, like doing little acts of service, acts of kindness towards each other. That's how I see you guys. Or that's how the cards are saying you guys will be together. They give you a fresh perspective on life. You see things with like brighter, happier eyes because of your connection with them. Okay, so I want to see what zodiac sign they are. I only need one astro dice for this, but I'm going to roll them all anyway, just in case I feel like any of the other symbols are relevant to point out. But we have the 3rd house and we have Taurus. Okay, so it's coming through Taurus very strongly for you. So this is a very outdoorsy person, very adventurous. They like being out in nature, maybe doing like rock climbing or hiking, things like that. I'm definitely seeing hiking. I'm seeing like Richmond Park and hiking. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. So let's get into some other bits then. So, firstly, I want to ask, depending on what you believe in, whether it's spirit or whether you don't believe in anything but you just enjoy tarot readings. In that case, it will be we're asking the tarot cards. We're going to be asking if spirit or the tarot cards have anything else to add about this reading. You're joking. We have an eagle, guys, after I just found that eagle in your other card. So this is the 6 of Wands in reverse. That's so weird. Okay, eagles are definitely relevant to you. You should definitely go check it out. I'm so right about this person being ginger because look, I'm just so right. Okay, this person is definitely a redhead for sure. Also, eagles are really important to you guys. It's relevant to your connection. This symbol could represent them. They are someone who makes you feel free, alive. They give you fresh perspective on life. They're a transition. They help move you from one phase of your life to the next. And they help you release old negative habits that are toxic cycles. They help you move forward with more positive cycles, more positive engagement with life as well. They help cleanse and clear you with the chrysocolla. Okay. I also want to give you guys the opportunity to ask any 3 yes or no questions about this person. I'm going to use the tarot cards to do this, rather than my prediction cards, because I don't know where they are. So, well, I can actually see them, but they're too far away from me. I'm not going to go get them. So, I'm going to use the tarot cards to either tell you yes, maybe, no, you know. So, go ahead and ask your first question now. Okay, so it's a no. Actually, it's not a no. Sorry, I thought this was 5 of coins. It's 5 of cups. So this is a... There is hope. There is hope. So even if right now it's a no, or right now there's a blockage, there's hope for whatever you've asked for. Okay, go ahead and ask your second question. Okay, we have the 5 of Wands. I'm getting no energy from that. Like, don't cross this line energy. Go ahead and ask your third question now. It's a yes! We have the Lovers. So it is a yes for you guys. Amazing. So now that we've done that, let's move on to the next part of this reading, which is the tabs. So this one is facial features. So we're going to be finding out what your soulmate looks like, what their face is like. Now, the thing is, guys, you all have different soulmates. Okay, you can't all have the same one. I know. It's annoying because then you don't get exact results in the reading, but that will be why you have to take these facial features with a grain of salt, because they won't all be meant for you. Some are meant for other people watching this reading. Additionally, if there's contradicting things, that will also be why, because it's not always for you guys. Okay, so only take the ones that resonate. Here we go. We've got high forehead. We have calm energy. Was 100% getting that. We have lush lips. Okay. We have brown golden eyes. Or black brown eyes. We have stubbly fuzzy. We have receding chin. We have drawn on eyebrows with underbite, cross eyes, a heart-shaped face, straight teeth, lash extensions, straight eyebrows, braces, and we have one more over here, a broad nose. Okay, so that is what their face looks like. Feel free to screenshot that because I'm gonna remove those tags and get the next set out. Okay, so this next cup is going to be body features, things about their body, as well as maybe some personality traits in here, potentially, or initials and things. Okay. So we have oily complexion, sensitive skin, we have a crew cut hairstyle, we have curvy, we have multicolored hair. What were the two that I said? I think I said ginger and like a blonde. We have talkative. I think there was two-tonal hair in this. Yeah, it was. It was ginger and brown. Then we've got romantic. This is a very romantic person. We have casual. Yeah, they're very like nonchalant, very, you know, things aren't a big deal, it's okay kind of thing. We have generous. They have freckles, and you're joking, we have ginger. We have ginger. I'm so right. Oh, there's one more. We have, right. I don't know if I was trying to say bony or bonny, I have no clue. I don't know why I'd be like, they're a bonny lass. I don't know why I'd put that in, so I'm guessing bony. Alright, so we're gonna go with that. But yeah, this person's definitely ginger. That's coming in so potently for you guys. Alrighty. So feel free to screenshot that if you'd like, and we'll move on to the next tab cup. Okay, our next cup is, I believe, jobs, like professions, what type of job they might have, and any other like details, maybe like how you'll meet, that kind of thing, or where, potentially, could be in here as well. Okay, DJ. Okay, the song that has the lyrics, because tonight the DJ got us falling in love again, just popped in my head. Okay, we have artist. What did I say? I literally said they're musical, they're arty, they're creative, they're lyrical. We have beginner. So maybe they're just starting out at something new in their career. We have SEO expert. They might do a lot of like online-y things. We have CEO. That could be where their money's coming from. Radio host, something musical with this person. Your reading is coming in very strongly for a specific person. We have driver, so I think for one of you in particular this reading's really speaking to you. We have sales, we have coder, because you know some readings it's more objective, it's more for like a collective amount of people. This one is coming through for someone in particular. We have actor. We have doctor. We have accounting. Oh. We have two more. Cabin crew and chemist. So these are all jobs they could have had, as well as jobs they might do over time, as well as a job they could have at the minute, or just things they're interested in, that sort of thing. So feel free to screenshot that and we'll move on to the next tab. Okay, so our next one is potential countries that they're from, places you guys like to visit, where you could meet, like all that sort of stuff. Okay, let's look at this one first, because that one flew out first. Oh, we have Pakistan, we have Ireland, we have Trinidad and Tobago. Some of these I feel like come out just because the tabs are so long, because I get that one all the time, and so maybe I'm just pulling those ones out in particular. The one. This is your person for sure, they're the one. We have El Salvador. We have Papua New Guinea. We have Venezuela. We have a client. They could be a client of yours, you could be a client of theirs. That could be one of the ways that you meet. Maybe a client of yours or theirs knows you. And we have forever. This is the one forever, the person you're going to be with forever. Guys, that is too cute. Okay, screenshot this. Save it for later for journaling if that's what you like to do. And I'm going to take these away now. The last thing I want to do is roll the angel number dice off screen to get you a number. Guys, I got 66, but for some reason I wasn't feeling the roll. So I'm going to do it again and I'll read you both. Okay, what did you get? Oh my gosh, what is that? 43. Okay, I'll read you both. So we got 43, 66, and I'm going to read this from my grimoire because I don't remember angel numbers off by heart. There's too much to remember in tarot, you know? Sometimes you got to rely on the good old grimoire to help you out. Ooh, for 43, we have tough times will turn around. Because I feel like this person transforms your luck and makes you feel good. And then we also got 66. Don't let anxiety scare you. Don't let that get in the way of your connection with this person, guys. That is amazing. So, that was your reading, pile 2. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, remember to like, subscribe, and comment what you liked most about this reading. You know, was it the astro dice, the angel dice, the specific decks or crystals used? Was it the questions? You know, what resonated with you most out of this reading? And if you were drawn to any other piles, feel free to check those out now. If not, I hope to see you here next week on Tuesdays and Thursdays for another reading or tarot related video on TìandTarot. Bye guys! Thanks for watching. Hello pile 3, welcome to your reading. So you chose a really cute, like golden labradorite. I'm trying to make it catch the light so it's all cute in the reading and stuff. Anyways, so let's get into your cards. So we have the Hermit. Oh, this is a little introvert, a little cutie patootie. We have the Six of Pentacles. Okay, they're a very generous, kind, caring, giving person. Lots of love to give. This is your biggest romantic connection of your life. With the Two of Cups here, this is your lifelong lover. Like someone who is just so perfect, so kind, so sweet, so loving. They really care about you. And we have the Knight of Swords in reverse as well. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, this person is very introverted. They might be quite socially awkward, maybe a little bit shy. Maybe they find it hard to come up to you and talk to you. So I don't know if this person is going to initiate things with you. It might have to be the other way around. But I think it will be clear that they like you and that they're embarrassed. I think they have very physical reactions to their embarrassment. So, for example, red cheeks, maybe excessively sweating, maybe like they can't stop laughing or smiling, maybe they can't make eye contact with you, maybe they're fidgety and they're kind of swinging their feet around, like, you know, while they're talking to you. They're very endearing in that sense. Of course, once they get to know you, they open up more. But I do think those kind of nervous, shy qualities never truly go away with them, no matter how much you get to know them, because they're always in awe of you and they're always like, oh god, this really pretty person's talking to me. Like, I think they're always kind of zinging off of the high of like talking to you. I also think this is a very generous person. Maybe a little bit too generous. Maybe there's a tendency to get taken advantage of by others, especially when you're like a kind, generous person in this world, in this economy. Yeah, you're gonna get taken advantage of. So maybe they have a hard time knowing when to stop being generous, and they might need you to kind of guide them or advise them in the right direction and be like, do you think it's a good idea to give that person money who didn't give you the money back last time? Like, you know, they'll kind of need support in that kind of way, because they just want to spread the love, they just want to help people, and their helpful kind of approach to things is kind of not working out too well for them. Then we've got the Two of Cups there. So this is definitely your like soul connection. I feel like you guys have a great, how do I say this, physical life together. I think, like, you know, the whole thing of like you need to make eye contact when you're cheersing and like drinking the drink or whatever, because well, you know how the saying goes. So I think there's good eye contact. That's what I'm saying. So I think you guys have a really good like connection. I think it comes from the passion between you both. This is a really passionate relationship. So it comes from the fact that you both want each other so much. That's what makes it good. That's what makes this connection strong. I think, especially with you, instincts trump logic. Like with their approach to you. So they might be a really smart person, really intelligent. However, it's almost like they're a complete idiot when it comes to you or when they're around you, because their kind of desire for you gets in the way. Like, they just say like silly things, they act silly, the shyness takes over, you know, like that kind of thing. So I think with you, they're like, no, I swear to God I'm smart. Like, but like they have such a hard time showing it to you. And it's something they're known for, I think, for being smart. So it drives them crazy that they're not coming across that way to you, because they want to, you know, make a good impression, you know. Sorry, before I get those cards, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me get these ones, because I want this one. These cards really help me figure out more about this person. Okay. So we have clear quartz. My camera's having a hard time focusing, so I'm going to show it real close. I am a radiant being filled with all frequencies of light. We have the number 4, could be an Aries. We have healing, enhancing, amplifies, purification, a zone of power, covers all chakras, and we have the zodiac signs Leo, Gemini, and Capricorn. Okay, so they could be any number of those star signs, including Aries in there, because we have the 4 for April. Maybe Aries or Pisces we're throwing into the ring. Could be a Pisces. Not all of those will be relevant to your person, but for, you know, you all don't have the same soulmate, so that's something that's coming in. So something I'm seeing here, which is interesting, is we have this like beam of light from the torch here, and then over here with the clear quartz we're seeing all frequencies of light. There's something about their ability to find solutions to things with their intelligence. They can find their way out of any situation, any tough times. They can figure things out. They always have the answer. They're very wise. And they seem to be tapped into everything because of that wisdom. They're never in a hermit mode or a stationary place for too long because of that. They always see the clear way out. You know that song, I Can See Clearly Now the Rain Is Gone? That song popped into my head, so maybe those lyrics are relevant to this connection. With them, they can see clearly in anything, in any weather. They can always see a way out. They can always keep themselves impartial. So if someone, let's say, is like popping off on them and they're really angry and they're yelling and they're getting lost in their feelings and their emotions, they can stay cool and calm because they're thinking clearly. They're not going to let their emotions cloud their judgment. They're not going to let their emotions take over and make them lose control and react emotionally in the same way that others do. They're going to stay really calm, cool, collected, and they're going to clearly see the outcome what the root of the problem is, and the solution to this argument, the solution to fixing this. They are really good at basically puzzle solving in real life. So they're good at seeing the problems that need to be fixed and fixing them. And they see a solution there on how to do that as well. So if you ever need great advice, they've got it. This makes them a really powerful person, I think, as well. A very influential person. And it makes them really grounded and peaceful. The kind of tarot card that's coming to my mind, thinking of this person, although we will ask tarot later what their tarot card is, what tarot card represents them, but the one coming to my mind at the minute is the Temperance card. Someone who is well-balanced, multifaceted, even, cool, calm, collected, a balanced person. Or something like the High Priestess, you know, something even and calm. Maybe even the Empress. Ooh, we have the Wheel of Fortune for what they like to get up to. They might like gambling. They might like things that have high stakes in. So, for example, and they like personal time and alone time. I think they like reading, watching shows, like things where they can just get immersed and kind of have a bit of an escapism, listening to music, that sort of thing. Because they are so good at solutions, they're very intelligent, they recognize patterns, they see how things work. They can go and gamble, not in a reckless kind of, I just want money kind of way, but in a way where they enjoy the game, they enjoy the approach. They're not getting lost in the sauce, okay? They're not getting like, oh my god, but I need the money, I need the win. That's not happening. They're enjoying the process, and they enjoy figuring it out and solving it, and 9 times out of 10, they win. Because they are really skilled at it. It's almost like a hobby for them. So that's something I'm seeing as well. They're very talented at winning things that most people would find rigged, because their intelligence comes into play here. You know, they like playing dots and betting on it. They like betting on pool. They like betting on horse racing. Like, they like to bet on things where they can literally predict the outcome through pattern recognition. So they're really good at things like that. Okay. I think they crave social interaction. I think they would like to spend time with other people. Unfortunately, I think their sort of shyness, their introvertedness prevents them from growing their social circle. So even if they have a strong desire to hang out with others and they know they could, you know, have good connections with people, they're struggling to like put themselves out there. I think they lack the sort of social comfortability, I suppose. They're not familiar with it. And so they don't really know how to get in. I think meeting you will help with that. I asked what they like most about you. And we have the Star. It came out in reversed. There's something really special about you, some sort of unique star quality, but it almost seems like this isn't something as obvious to others as it is to this person. So there's something about you that's very specific, very unique, and it relates just to you, just to who you are. It's not something that's widely talked about or widely noticed about you, but they've picked up on it. And they find it really special. I also think there could be an element here of wish fulfillment. Maybe they have, especially as this kind of introverted person, this shy person, there is a high chance that they see you and like you before you see them. And because they have that time to crush on you and think about you, it's building up this, you know, expectation of you in their head. So that when they get you, it's almost like wish fulfillment. Like, they're like, I can't believe I got this person I've liked for so long. It feels like they've had a long crush on you, and getting you is almost like wishing on a star. It's so rare, and yet it came true for them. Like, it feels like a dream. Like, you are the person they dreamed about, hoped for, wanted, and they finally got you. But not only that, they see something very special about you that not many people see. And so that is something they value in you as well, is a uniqueness to you. I wonder what it is. Oh, we have the Strength card. I think 2 things. I think it's your aura. I actually think it's your energy. I think they're very tuned into auras and energies. They're a people watcher because, unfortunately, they don't get to participate in social interactions a lot of the time. So a lot of the times as a bystander, they're just watching and listening. And so they can read people just like they can read patterns and, you know, how things are going to go, how games are going to go. And they've read you and they see you as this beautiful, magnetic, you know, wise, sacred, mystical person. Someone worth honouring. worshipping, like they really like you, and I think they see longevity with you with the rainbow there. They see you as their family, like a soul tie. The missing puzzle piece to their loneliness, the thing they've been missing. Because I think when I think of whales as well, they like to be in packs, but because of course the way we have just like ransacked the sea and our fishing practices and just how toxic we are, we've actually endangered them, and so now they're often on their own and they're quite lonely as well. So it almost, to me, is kind of like that, like they have almost like given up hope that their person was out there, and when they see you, they know it's you. Like they know you're the one because you match them in a way, like you speak to their desires and what they wanted for a romantic partner. They see you as this like elegant, free spirit, wise person, and they just really like that about you. They also like how you can just navigate through life going with the flow, and you don't let the tough times like get you down, basically. So they can see themselves having a family with you. In terms of, we have the Lovers for what you like about them. So I think it's the same thing here. They're your soulmate, and you like them straight away because they're very romantic, they're very loving, they're clearly very interested in you, and they make it clear they're all about you, like staring into each other's eyes, like they're very fascinated by you. And I think you like that they are so open and showy with how much they love you, whether they want to be open or not. You know, the red cheeks kind of give it away. So I think you just like how open and honest they are with their love for you, and the fact that you guys are just so connected. I think this person has very striking / contrasting features. So for example, either very, very pale with very, very dark hair, or very, very light hair with very, very dark skin. Like something highly contrasting. So something like really light blue eyes but then dark eyelashes, or really light eyelashes and then like brown eyes or something. Like there's some sort of high contrast to their appearance that you find very striking and almost model-esque, and you kind of find them just very beautiful. You're very drawn into that. They've definitely got doe eyes, more so than siren eyes. They definitely look very like cute and sweet and innocent. So that's something I'm getting with their appearance. Ooh, we have the Tower card. I said, what is your connection to each other? So I think you guys are the piece to each other's chaos in your world. So I think where the world can be quite harsh and chaotic and not enjoyable, I think in each other you find grounded stability and safety. I think you're each other's safe place, especially with that rainbow in the background. You are the rainbow after the storm to each other. You know, you're the thing that keeps each other happy, keeps each other going, who keep each other warm in the cold. Like, you light a fire in each other. And I think you just feel safe together. So your connection is this really deep warmth and protection and safety within each other. Okay. Ooh. We have the bat here. I'm not taking in the runes. However, if we did, I also think what this is telling me about when you guys meet, it's definitely like winter, cold season, with like lots of snow, like that type of weather. I also think it probably takes a long time for you guys to meet, especially because of their passivity with approaching people. And I also think that you might meet at night, as this is, you know, like the nocturnal bat. The way that you'll connect is that you'll be intuitively drawn to each other. You just know, like you sense it. It's a vibe, like you know they're the right person for you. And also, I think it's hard to say where you'll meet in the world because bats are everywhere, to be honest. So that makes it a little bit tricky. I feel like you could meet anywhere at any point in time. We have learned to appreciate the small stuff and not taking anything for granted. And I think you can meet anywhere at any point because it's a destined connection. So it's going to happen anyway. You know, whether it's now, whether it's later, it's not a connection that could be missed with like bad timing or, you know, not being in the right place. Like it's not a connection that can be avoided. I think what this card is saying about not taking things for granted is that you need to walk through life with your eyes open. You know, if you're rushing through life trying to get from one place to the next, just trying to get on this train to get to work or do whatever, and you're not paying attention, you're not slowing down and taking things in, there's a chance you might miss them, especially with their passivity. They might be someone who just stares at you, who hopes that will be enough to get you to look at them, and for you to act. And so I think for you, you have to pay attention and slow it down and pick up the vibes and see if someone's approachable or not, and then make a move from there, because that's going to be your way in. Okay. So as I said, we're going to check out what tarot card represents them. Ooh, we have the 7 of Stones, and I love that. So it's all the chakras up there, I believe, with all of those covers. So this is the 7 of Coins. And we had the 6 of Coins for you, didn't we, with the generosity. So it's interesting. We're definitely getting this, like, calm, grounded, like they're on the floor, they're grounded, they're growing their wealth from the roots up, they're growing their value from who they are, what they're interested in, what they do. So essentially what this card is, with the 7 of Stones here, is that if you go on to do more tarot readings about soulmates and you want to know more about them, what this means is that if this card comes up in other readings, it is likely that the reading is talking about them. So moving forward, if you want to know more about them, seeing this card in another reading is a sign that it's definitely talking about this soulmate and not anybody else that's coming in. So that's the 7 of Coins for you. Okay, so something else I want to do is essentially whether you believe in, you know, tarot reading being a connection to us and the spirit world, or whether you just see it as, like, you know, the Victorian parlour game for fun. Whatever you believe in, we're just going to ask whoever that is, or whether it's just the cards themselves, if there's anything to add for you and this person. If those spirits or if the cards have anything else to add. We have the Emperor, about this connection with them, about any other details you need to know. So I think what either spirit or the cards want to tell you is that whether unfortunately or fortunately, however you see it, you do have to take the lead with this one. You do have to be the initiator to reach out and make that connection. You have to be the one that makes that first move. Because they are this more passive, wrapped up, silent, kind of waiting, patient, intuitive, listening, trying to find the right time type of person. And you need to be the more, this is the right time, here and now, let me go up to you kind of person. Like, you have to use your bright, sunshiny energy to melt away their slowing down ice energy. The ice that's kind of like keeping them in place. You have to slow it down and melt it, and thaw them out of that place, to make them realise that their efforts will be well received. Because I think they're afraid of that rejection. You have to be like the warm vitality and the light coming towards them to let them out of their shell. So that's a message from either the spirits or tarot cards. Okay, so you can now ask any 3 yes or no questions about this person, and I will try my best to answer that for you using the tarot cards. I usually use prediction cards, but I cannot be asked to go up and get them. So go ahead and ask your first question now, and I will try my best to answer it for you now. So either with like a maybe, a yes, a no, well, it's questionable, you know, we'll see based on the tarot card you get. So go ahead and ask your first question now. Interesting, we have the Harvest of Stones, but we got it in reverse, which to me is saying no, but also like you could turn it into a yes though. There's a way that you could turn it around. go ahead and ask your second question now. Okay, we got the Empress and the Hierophant in reverse. So something is out of sync. It can very easily be a yes, but there's something out of sync that needs to be changed first for that to be an affirmative yes. So go ahead and ask question 3 now. So we have the Devil in reverse. I'm going to go with maybe because it's in reverse. So again, wishy-washy for you, but it's a maybe, a hopeful maybe. I think if it had been upright, it would have been a more negative maybe. Okay. So, moving on to our next bit then, we did sort of say that they could be an Aries, a Pisces, a Leo, a Gemini, or a Capricorn. But I just want to see if there's anything else that's coming through. I don't really need these, but I needed this one. So we have Cancer. Gosh, you're getting a lot of zodiac signs. We also have 8th house if that's relevant to you guys. But that's another one for you. What are we seeing? So that is, yeah, I'm feeling more a water sign. So definitely like Cancer, Pisces. However, there is room open for the other ones as well. Like maybe they have some of the qualities of those other star signs, those more fire energies, within them, which is that passionate side of them. But on the outside, I think they're more of the, and on the inside, their overall main energy is that they are a water sign. Okay, so moving on to our next part of today's reading, we're getting into tabs. So this first one, I believe, is like places they could be from, places you could meet. I just saw Switzerland in there, so maybe that's relevant to you guys. It can also be places that are like relevant to you both. So we're going to pull a few of these. I said a few and then pulled all of them. Okay, so you have Guatemala. You have Central African Republic. That one just comes out all the time because it's the longest one. We have United Arab Emirates. Yemen. We have Uruguay. We have September, so you could meet in September. We have Uganda. We have the initial E. The initial J. The initial G. Okay. If I could pick up the tabs, that would be fantastic. We have London. Stranger. Someone you don't know. We have the initial K. So it's not like friend of a friend or anything like that. Gambia. The initial F. We have March. We have Kenya. So you could meet in March as well. Or maybe it's relevant to like their birthday or something. And we have H. Okay, so those are all your tabs in that area. So feel free to screenshot that if you'd like for journaling for later. And I'm going to move these now so we can get out our next tabs. Okay, so this next one, these next tabs are jobs. So I think it's just jobs. But let's see. Oh, I do need to say a disclaimer, like, if we've got loads of different types of, like, facial expressions, jobs, body types, places you can meet, it's because you don't all have the same soulmate. So you are going to get different answers in here. So not all of these will be meant for you. So take only what resonates. So for our first job, we have copy editor. Then we have sales. Then we have something in the public eye. Then we have dietitian, then we have barista, and then we have costume designer. Some very exciting jobs there. Okay, so feel free to screenshot that and then we will move on. Okay, so this next one is all about body types, I do believe, and maybe even personality types in there as well. Just little odd bits and things that you might notice about them or like about them. Okay. So first of all, we have hair plugs, we have strapping, we have flamboyant, we have dewy, glowy complexion, we have elegant, we have dark brown skin, we have cellulite, and we have smells good. So feel free to screenshot that and we'll move on. Okay, and our next tabs are all facial expressions. Facial features, sorry, I meant. So let's see what comes out here. I think me, like, using my hands was just getting in the way, so I decided to do that instead. Okay. So these are things you notice about them or that you like about them. So we have cross eyes and we have amber brown eyes. We have missing tooth. We have broad nose. Stubbly, fuzzy, lash extensions. Evenly proportioned face. Gap between teeth. Lush lips, and a beauty mark as well, or beauty marks in several places. So feel free to screenshot that, save it for later, because I'm going to move them. Okay, the last thing I want to do for you guys is roll the angel number dice off screen, so we can get some advice for you, words of wisdom. So we have 62. I'll look up the advice for you for that in my grimoire, because I don't remember angel numbers. There's too much to remember already with tarot, so throw angel numbers in there and, you know, it's just overwhelming. So let's see. So 62, express yourself honestly to someone who needs to hear it. Yes, I think this person will require you to be expressive with your feelings, because I think they're just going to be too paralysed by their own fear of rejection to be honest about theirs without that prompting, without that encouragement from you. So that is definitely the advice there with 62. So that is your next soulmate reading, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe. And if you were drawn to any other piles, feel free to check those out now. If not, I hope to see you here next week on Tuesdays and Thursdays for another reading on TìandTarot. Bye, thanks guys. Okay, hello my pile 4s, welcome to your reading. So you chose this grey agate. Did I call it grey agate or grey fluorite? I actually don't remember, guys, sorry. I don't remember if it's fluorite or agate. So let's see what your tarot cards are about your person. So we have the devil. Don't panic. Every tarot reader, when they see the devil card, no, it's a good thing, I swear. No, it is, it's gonna be good. I'm gonna make it good for you guys, don't worry. We have the Two of Wands. Ooh, we have the Six of Swords. And we have the Three of Coins. Ooh, okay. This is a hard worker, a dedicated worker. I think as well that's also where a little bit of the devil card is coming in. Because if you take into consideration that the devil got a whole group of people and souls to be, you know, redeeming and making, you know, repay for their sins and that, they busy. Okay, they're busy. So I think this is a very busy, productive person. They've got a lot of goals that they want to try and achieve. They want to be really successful in this lifetime. They want to make lots of money. They want to make sure their lifestyle is good and their belly is full. So they're really working hard. And I feel like they might feel a little bit chained or tied to their work, a little bit restricted in that element. Like, they want more free time. They want to spend their life how they want to spend it. They want to spend it, you know, finding you or spending time with you or, you know, having fun, investing in their hobbies. And so they don't like that their life is, you know, overrun by work. However, it is just something that they at the moment are quite devoted to, that they are dedicated to, that they spend most of their time doing, which they would like to relinquish in the end, but they feel almost obligated, like they don't really have a choice at the minute. I also think this person might have a few habits they're trying to overcome, some sort of like toxic habits. It could be, as I said, overworking themselves. It could be coping mechanisms to deal with overworking, like maybe binge eating or something, or drinking too much. Like there's something that they're trying to overcome with that. I think they have a hard time seeing new opportunities. I think they feel quite lost, and this is why they throw themselves into work, because they don't really know what to do. They don't have the time to pull themselves out of it, look at situations objectively, and go from there. Instead, they're very like, okay, let me just do the one thing I know should work, which is throw myself into work 24/7. However, I do see that eventually they overcome this, and I do also see that there is recovery for their toxic habits that they've kind of set into place to deal with that overworking. There's recovery from the overworking. I see lots of adventure and excitement and travel and journeying. So I think this is someone with big plans in those areas, and this is what they're doing it for. Like they want to go, they want to explore, they love traveling. It's on the agenda, and it is definitely going to happen for them as well. Okay, so let's get some more about this person. So, can we have some more info on this person, please? I love that this came out. So we have Black Obsidian with the number 1. I open my mind to new possibilities and connections with purification, grounding, transformation, the root chakra, Sagittarius and Scorpio. Yeah, they are definitely a Sag or a Scorpio. I feel Scorpio more strongly. However, we do have this massive travel element coming in. So I would also say that. But something to note here is that they are definitely how do I say this? Like a little bit of like they like to connect with others. They like meeting new people, having fun. Not necessarily settling down at the moment. Like at the minute they might be just like trying to explore their options, date lots of different people. I also think they're a little bit of like a heartbreaker, like not in a bad way, like not in a way where they're like manipulating people or like misleading people, but in a way where it's almost like everyone thinks, oh, that's going to be my one, I'm going to pin that one down, and it doesn't happen, and then they're always kind of like, oh, the one that got away, even though to this person it was never that serious. So I think like, and they're clear about that, they're open about that, but I just think lots of people expect longevity with this person and it doesn't happen. And so they're always almost the one that got away. So definitely heartbreaker vibes, definitely someone who likes to connect a lot with lots of different people. Someone who's very sensual, who likes physical intimacy over like other types of intimacy. I also think this person struggles with their own image, their own inner image. Like they want to come across as this really successful, amazing person, and so if they don't feel like they're there, if they don't see that in themselves, they throw themselves into stuff. They are definitely a perfectionist. I also think they have the strong power to, or strong ability to transform. Like the current ways that they are, like, you know, these toxic habits, these meeting lots of people and spending lots of time with them, and like their obsession with like physical intimacy and stuff, all of that stuff, working too hard, they have the power to transform and overcome those things, because they aren't missing connection with their soul and with the world and with the earth. Like, they aren't missing that. It's not like they've lost connection, they've lost groundedness, and they're just running wild. It's more so like they're choosing to run wild, and then when they choose to come back to groundedness, that option is there for them. Like, they still have their root, they still have the thing that cords them to others, the thing that still makes them care and, like, have fun and enjoy life sometimes. But at the minute when they don't enjoy life, this is, like, the kind of person they are. Okay. So I think we've seen what they get up to. a lot of the times. A lot of the times I think they like to mope about what they don't have yet. Rather than look and see, oh, I've got all this great stuff, look at what I've achieved. They're more like, yeah, but I haven't achieved that though, or but I don't have this yet. They're always thinking about the next thing, the bigger and better. And it's because they're trying to fill this void within themselves that tells them that they are empty or not living up to their potential or not achieving exactly what they wanted to achieve. So they spend a lot of their time pursuing those hobbies or those interests or goals or those kind of achievements that they want. They spend so much time in that. They don't really have time for like hobbies and things. Okay, so we have the Six of Stones in reverse. Interesting. This is what they like about you. So I think you are quite choosy with who you spend time with, who you kind of give yourself to, and what you do for others. You're very selective based on, you know, the other person's intentions, what the other person is thinking or feeling about you. You're cautious in that sense. You're quite wise and quite guarded with certain people, but more giving and vulnerable with others. And I think you don't necessarily vibe with the person they are currently. And so if you meet while they're at this stage, you would just not entertain them much. You wouldn't like give much of yourself away. And they really like your that, in a sense, it's a protectiveness of yourself, and they like that. They like that you have standards and that you protect yourself and that you don't waste your time with people who are going to waste yours. And they like seeing that you know who to be generous to and who deserves it. They like seeing that you are this generous, deep, kind, like loving person, but with the people to who it matters most, like with people who matter most to you. You're not just going to do it for anybody. And it makes them kind of crave it a little bit, because they're like, hang on, why am I shut out from this? And so I think that they like that side of you that they're closed off from, and they really want a piece of it. Okay. What do you like about them? Okay. We have the Empress and the Hierophant in reverse. I love this. Yeah, they don't follow traditional order. They do their own thing. They don't listen to what people tell them they should do. They do their own thing. They do their own thing. They don't follow the status quo. You know, they're not into tradition and order in that way. I think they're quite a rebellious person. They don't like, you know, like certain structures today, like, that are upholding our society. Like, they don't like religion, they don't like capitalism, they're a bit of a rebel. I think you really like that strong spirit, that energy of them. That they want to be reconnected with nature, but in the right way. And reconnected with the world, not in a way where they're, you know, following the grind of 9 to 5, and they don't want their taxes like going to war and things. They want to be reconnected with the world in a positive way, in a way where we are kind to nature and we're harmonious and we're environmentally friendly, with the Empress there. And you really like this about them. This is the deeper side of them that you come to know and really like. And it's not hard to find. They're very open about this as well. Okay guys, Kit is sleeping on my lap, purring away. So I'm still going to do your tarot reading, but I'm struggling right now. Oh, she's coming to visit. Good girl. Are you just going to sit there? Alright. You're so cute. I love you. Look at those tootsies. Look at those little peeps. Okay, so what is your connection? Ooh, interesting. Your connection is more serious. I think your connection, it's, yes, like connection can be having fun, partying, laughing, you know, having good times. And you definitely do have good times, but you have good times in a more like serious, nighttime, dark, moody kind of way. Like you have nice, good times in terms of when you guys get deep. Like your connection is how deep you guys can go with your talking about your true intentions, all the things people don't know about you, your soul purpose, like what you really want out of life. Like those late night 3 a.m. long deep discussions that just drag on and you don't even notice because you're enjoying getting to know them. Your connection runs really deep and it's about getting to know who the other person is, like so truly and deeply. That's what your connection is. I also think this person is really attractive. I think you like the way they look straight away. I think they lucked out in the looks department. And I think that they... Oh, you okay, baby? They have a very unique look. And I'm saying this because you got the Strength card and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, but you can't see because Kit is sitting on the table. Bumblebee. Bumblebee, you want to sniff the cards? No bite. No bite. Yeah, there's something really unique about their looks. I feel like they have like a strong energy when they walk, where they go, like there's a strong aura about them. They have a type of appearance you're not used to seeing. So if you're used to seeing like in your family and in your friend groups and stuff, a lot of like blonde hair, blue eyed people, they're not gonna look like that. If you're used to seeing people with loads of like dark hair, dark eyes, they're not gonna look like that. Whatever is not the norm for you, that's what they're gonna look like. Okay. I also think they definitely live like in like a nice like climate, like beachy weather. Yeah, we've got another beach again. Definitely like beachy weather. We've got a few beaches here, like, or beaches or rivers or lakes or valleys. Like they live near a lot of bodies of water, in very tranquil places. Oh, we got this cute little black cat. That's so cute. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I feel like they're very like unique looking, mysterious looking. But I feel like there's also something slightly scary about their appearance. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, like some people are just so pretty that they end up looking a little bit scary. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it, but sometimes there are people who are so pretty, they've now gone full circle and reached a point of like scary, where it's like, yeah, no, never mind. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but sometimes, you know, because in like our society, it's like, oh, like good looking people are people with like chiseled jaws and like, you know, I don't know, like really like blue eyes or something. And it's like, if you start putting all those features together, you're creating something scary. My positive thoughts guide me to new heights. I should take that advice. My thoughts are quite negative this reading. Yes, so what we're seeing here is that you'll meet them when you're in a good place. When you're like spreading a lot of goodness and kindness, and you're being very good and kind to yourself, because I think that's something they crave and look for in others. And that kind of stands out to them as one of the things they like most about you. So seeing that positivity, when you're positive on the inside, you express it on the outside, and I think seeing that creates that initial bond between the two of you. I also do feel like they pursue you, and they initiate as well. Okay, what tarot card? Okay, what tarot card represents them? We have the Emperor in reverse. So essentially I'm pulling this card to say that if you go on to do any more tarot readings and you want to know, you want a sign that it's about this person. If the Emperor comes up, it's a sign that it's about this person. So someone who is like an initiator, a go-getter, a leader, but is also somebody who listens and values people around them. And maybe they're falling out of sync with who they are because they're pushing themselves too hard to be this leader type. Oh, Okay, so I said, what will your lives look like together? And we have the Three of Thunder. So I do think there's lots of chaos, a lot of passion, a lot of disagreements from time to time, not in like a bad way necessarily. I think you both might enjoy drama a little bit, and so you might fuel each other's drama. But I do think, again, this could be one of the toxic habits that need to be grown out of. That was coming through in the beginning of the reading. I also think, as you can see there, the lightning strikes, there's a rainbow at the end. So I feel like the initial turmoil in the beginning of the relationship, you know, not getting along, maybe not liking this person initially as they're pursuing you and you're kind of like, no. That kind of, you know, rejecting them all the time until you really get to know them and then maybe you start to like them. That's when you see this turnaround. That's when you start to see the rainbow, the goodness, the connection, the longevity, the stability there. But it doesn't come until you move past this friction point where you guys are clashing heads, bumping heads, not getting along, struggling to understand each other and learn more about the other one, because you're both quite strong personality types. And I think the more that this person pursues you in the way that, like, is in a way that's quite disingenuous, almost, with their approach, or quite self-centered in some kind of way, you're not interested, and there's so much clashing there's so much disagreement, until they finally realise the way to connect with you is showing who they truly are. That's when things start to take this more like rainbow turn. The connection between you two is lovers. So the connection between the both of you is that this is your soul tie. This is your person. I think it is a connection that will last, but it is a connection that will be quick, in the sense that it's almost like so much time passes when you're together that it's almost like it's gone too quickly. And I also think you're never quite settled with each other. There's always something new to learn, some sort of new mystery. You always want to impress one another, so you're always trying hard to impress each other and win each other over forever. Yeah, and I think you both make quite a striking couple as well. Okay, so whether you believe that tarot is, you know, contacting the spirits, or whether you believe tarot is, you know, that Victorian parlour game that it used to be, or just a way to keep you entertained, regardless of whatever you believe, we're going to ask either the spirits or the tarot cards if they have anything to add to this reading, anything else to say, any words of wisdom. So we have the Seed of Cups here. So words of wisdom is, remember that with the Ace of Thunder in reverse, that love conquers all. Remember to lead first with compassion. Be a wholesome, kind person, and let that shine through and let that lead. Even if you want to cause chaos or react or have some sort of, you know, argument with somebody, there's a way to do it in a way that is conducive to a solution rather than conducive to another reaction. So that's advice from Spirit there. Remember that your kindness will draw kindness in. Okay, so now you can ask any 3 yes or no questions pertaining to this reading, and I will try my best to answer those for you with the tarot cards. It could be a yes, a no, a maybe. But go ahead and ask your first question now, and I will answer it for you. So you have the 6 of Wands here. Yes, but something might be blocking this at the beginning, right now. Okay, try your second question now. Maybe, but a fresh perspective is needed. And try your third question now. Yes, but you need to put yourself first and pour yourself out for others to see. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's try and see their zodiac sign. I only need one of these astro dice, but I'm gonna roll them all anyways. But I just need the zodiacs. Libra. Okay, so they could be a Libra, as well as we had Scorpio and Sagittarius. Could Libra apply? I do feel like Libra could apply, actually. And Neptune and 10th house in there as well. But I do feel like Libra could apply, but I feel like Scorpio's coming through more strongly, especially because we've got the 10th house, so I think of October, 10th month, so Scorpio. So I do feel like this is a Scorpio, but a secondary energy is definitely that Libra. I am feeling Sag as well. Maybe it could be all three, okay? It could be all three. Alright. So now we're going to move on to the tabs, and these ones are about facial expressions. Just going to mix them up, shake them around. Okay, too many came out, but we're going to go with it. Okay. Alright. So I do want to disclaim that what comes out is going to be different for all of you, so take what resonates, because you don't all have the same soulmate. So some of these qualities are for some of you and some are for others of you, so only take the ones that resonate with you. So we have glossy lips, broad nose, moist lips, okay, you like the lips, stubbly fuzzy, mahogany brown eyes, wide eyes, so very nice eyes, forest green eyes, because that's what you're noticing about them the most, is their eyes and their lips, square jaw, round jaw, underbite, crooked teeth, faint eyebrows, no facial hair, natural eyebrows, navy blue eyes, light lashes, pierced. They might have a few facial piercings, or they might have like a piercing stare, beard, which is quite neat, a gold tooth, tats or scars, hollow cheeks, snub nose, double chin. Okay, so those are the facial features. If you want to screenshot those, save those for later, definitely go for it, because I'm going to move them off the table and we'll move on to the next set of tabs. Our next set of tabs, I believe, is about like the body and like personality traits, things like that, little things about them that you notice and like. Okay. So we have flawless skin with the bracketed all skin is. Then we have stocky, lace front, bleached, short hair, lone wolf, eclectic, yes, very like alternative dress sense, burly, scars, mature, ripped. Who wrote these? Oh, it was me. Okay. Strong arms. Small chest. Generous. Workaholic. Yes. What did I say? Well, this person's coming in clearly. Beautiful. Friendship. Oh, okay. The thing is, all of the details that have been coming in have been so on point with what I was saying. So this person is really, really coming in for you. Like, really strongly it's materializing. We are getting someone through here. And I think it's interesting that we've got workaholic in there, which they are. We've also got that they are this, like, generous person. There definitely is more to them that meets the eye. As I said, they have this groundedness, this internal version of them versus this outside, I have to be a go-getter, I have to do these things kind of person. And not only are they beautiful, but you guys have a beautiful friendship together first. I think it starts off as like enemies to friends, friends to lovers. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting. So screenshot that if you'd like, and we'll move on to the next set of tabs. Okay, so I believe these ones are like job roles. Potential jobs they have, could have had in the past, like that sort of thing. So we've got personal trainer, conservation officer, social media manager, nurse. Could also be things they wanted to do that they never got to do, or things they're ambitious to be, or things they might try out. So we have business administrator, dietitian, costume designer, barista, something in the public eye, an illustrator, a copy editor, an ambulance dispatcher, a therapist, and a receptionist. Okay, so let's move on to the next set of tabs. The song, by the way, like the song coming into my mind, which I think could be relevant to your connection with this person, these are places you could meet and stuff, is Good Boy. The new song that just came out. And it's about it being like a doggy dog world, you know. Okay, so we have the initial E that flew off onto the side. We've got San Marino. We have France. We have Syria. We have China. These are all places you could meet. They could like traveling to. You could be from. They could be from. Anything like that. So we have Central African Republic. We have Indonesia. We have a friend of a friend in terms of how you guys could meet. We have the Vatican City. We have the Bahamas. They could be someone from your past or a past life. We have Trinidad and Tobago. We have United Kingdom. I was getting a UK vibe. We have we have outdoors, so you could meet outdoors, or they could be very outdoorsy. We have Libya. We have London. We have the initial N. Yeah, I think that's an N. I have no idea what I was writing. We have P. Whoever wrote these tabs is fired. It was me. Okay. We have C, I think. PC. And we have H. Okay, so feel free to screenshot those and we'll move on. And the last thing I want to do is get you an angel number, which I'll roll off screen for some like last bit of advice, pearls of wisdom, and also like a number for you to feel inspired by. So we've got 21, and I'm going to look in my grimoire for the angel number because I don't remember angel numbers. Tarot is enough to remember, you know. Ain't gotta remember all them angel numbers. Even then, I will learn tarot constantly, and then still sometimes I get a card and I'm like, what? Even though I know what it is. Okay. 21. Your health will improve, eat properly, and sleep longer. Okay, take care of yourself. Don't worry about this. Put it in your back pocket. Forget about it. Put it to the back of your mind. It's going to be taken care of. There's nothing you've got to worry about other than yourself. You know, taking care of yourself. Oh my gosh, I love one. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that was your reading today, Pile 4. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, subscribe, and comment. Feel free to comment what resonated with you most, what you enjoyed most about this reading, whether it was the angel dice, the astro dice, the types of tarot decks used, the types of questions we asked, the yes or no element, whatever it was. Feel free to let me know in the comments below, and if you were drawn to any other piles, feel free to check those out now. If not, I hope to see you here next week on Tuesdays and Thursdays for another reading on TìandTarot. Bye guys, thanks for watching.